Hello. My interview is going to be over the phone because the person that I wanted to interview um, is a little shy about me posting them onto YouTube. But I really, really wanted to interview this person, so hopefully this all works out and you guys get to hear it correctly. Like, I'll have it on speakerphone and I'll try to hold the phone close to the camera whenever she's speaking so that you guys can hear more clearly.
Pretty funny.
Okay, so anyway, I'm doing a census on Ricky Masters.
Well then, a census, huh?
Uh-huh. An interview
I wonder how
census,
many
whatever.
of us there are. We're taking over the world.
That's good, though, because then everybody will be healed.
That's right, it is good.
Okay, so for first question, what is Reiki for those of people who haven't heard of it before?
What I describe Reiki as is as the universal life force energy that we all, that animates us all. Reiki is basically a relaxation and stress release technique developed in Japan for manipulating, for clearing, for cleansing, and balancing those energies.
Cool. Is Reiki a religion?
No. Reiki is not a religion. Reiki could be considered spiritual because I believe that most people that I've come in contact with anyway, most people have a spiritual guide, a spiritual push, or some type of spiritual motivation to become healers, but it is definitely not a religion.
Did it ever start off, like, as part of a religion thing? You know what I mean?
Actually, not that I know of. There are many, many stories about Dr. Asui and how he came, to the because he didn't discover it. It was more like a rediscovery of Reiki in itself. And actually, the word Reiki was already being used in Japan at that time. But, no, as far as I know, it was never a religion. There were stories where he was a Buddhist. There were stories where he was a Christian monk. There were all kinds of stories, but no. It was never a religion.
That's weird that there's different stories of him in different religions.
Well, and it's funny because some of them say that he's an actual doctor, some say he's not an actual doctor, but that they give him the title sensei, which is, master, and the only thing we have equivalent would be doctor or something like that in the West. But the Western minds have taken his story and adapted it to what works for the West, and the Japanese have tried to stay, I guess, more to the traditional.
How is a Reiki treatment given, and what is one of your sessions like usually?
Well, a Reiki treatment is usually given in a quiet, calm setting, and it is a laying on of hands. And a session is generally, describe what happens once you walk into the office, or what you experience, or how do you want that described?
What you experience, like, through the treatment, I guess.
Okay. Well, everybody that I've treated has maybe one or two similar experiences or sensations, but most people are completely different. There's, as many different responses to a Reiki treatment as there are people in the world. But generally, the one thing that you do get when, you have a Reiki treatment is you get this just very deep sense of calm and peace, and a very, very deep relaxation. Once you get into that state, I've had people from have like hallucinogenic type experiences to just this very, like you've taken a nap. I've had people fall asleep. I've had people just come out of it like they've taken this very long power nap, and come out completely refreshed. most people will report sensations, the moving of the energy, causing different sensations in their body. Some common ones are tingling or pulsing, sometimes like the feeling of pins and needles in certain parts of the body. Most people generally feel that energy in the fingertips and the toes or the feet. And I think my opinion on that is the reason that you feel it in your extremities first is because it's the furthest out of our energy field. You know, our extremities, just like, you know, they're the last to get blood. I think that they're the last to, and, you know, the last to expend their own energy, but also the first to pick up.
Yeah.
So.
Huh. What got you into Reiki?
What got me into Reiki was an experience I had 17 years ago that when I came out of it, I basically had this very strong urge to sit with and touch or put my arms around people who were ill. And I thought that that was a very crazy thing to do, so I stopped doing it because it seemed like everybody thought I was Looney Tunes. But I had this incredible amount of energy moving through me, and I didn't have any idea what to do with it. I hadn't, my experience happened by grace. I didn't seek out a master or a teacher. I didn't even know really what Reiki was at that time, to be honest. And I had this very intense spiritual experience that woke me to the energies, the life force energy in everything around us. I became sort of in that at one state. And once you see this energy and feel this energy, it's like a bell. You can't unring it. You can't unlearn it. You can't unfeel it. And it's just always been there. And I've had a couple treatments in the past, and they were very helpful in getting me through some pretty difficult times with some medical issues that I had. And then I had an experience with a Reiki practitioner locally that was very, very disappointing. And I realized that there were people out there who were claiming that they could do things that they really couldn't. And so I took it upon myself to take back my responsibility, you know, instead of shirking my responsibility, I take back and take responsibility for this gift that I've been given and foster it and grow with it. And that's kind of how I ended up doing what I'm doing now.
Speaking of touching people, are you able to do Reiki without touching people as well?
Yes. You can do distance healing. You can do it for individuals. You can do it for groups of people. You can do it for cities, communities, countries. You can do it for the entire planet. You do not have to physically put your hands on a person, even when they're present for a Reiki session. Some people can be in a state of emotional or a mental state where they don't want to be touched or they can't handle the physical contact.
Right.
And at that point, then you would just, you know, you would use your common sense, I think, with that. And if you have any intuitive skills, you know, you could be able to determine that pretty easily. And then you keep your hands, you know, raised within the etheric bodies. You want to stay within a couple inches of the body, but you do not have to actually physically touch them.
Interesting. What was a Reiki attunement?
What was or what is a Reiki
what
attunement?
Is, yeah.
A Reiki attunement is what a Reiki master, it's a ritual and an attunement is a ritual and it's performed in a way that turns on the Reiki energy in your body. We all have it, but you have to be attuned to it, and you have to be attuned to different symbols and different sacred names for these symbols. An attunement basically is the flipping of the switch for Reiki.
Well, speaking of symbols, why do you think that they use symbols so often?
I think symbols are used this is my personal opinion, but I think symbols are used because we've always had sort of a need for two things. One of them is focus. As human beings, that's the one thing that I think we need is something to focus on. And so if we give something this very sacred form and sacred name, it gives it more weight and validity. That's, I think just being human. Also, I think that symbolism, I would have to say that it's passed down from before we had spoken languages. Symbolism has always been in our communication. Earliest forms of language, weren't really spoken languages. They were symbols. They were things left on stones and rocks and on the earth. And I think we still, some part of us as human, beings, I think our spirit still, resonates with that. And that's the other thing too, is that a symbol has a resonance, has an energy about it as well.
I keep nodding as if you can see me, but
are you nodding your head?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last question.
Okay.
Is this in any way vastly different than other healing methods you've come across, or do you feel that they're pretty much all similar?
Well, that's an interesting question. I think that they have similarities. All the healing modalities that we think of as being alternative, or the word, I don't like alternative, but I tend to use the word complementary. It all works with the body's energy, and so Reiki, I think, is a little bit more gentle, just as powerful, but a little bit more gentle than some. For instance, if you take acupuncture and compare it to Reiki, you're going to have a different response. Acupuncture works by literally stopping or starting a flow in the body's meridians, whereas Reiki, instead of stopping or starting, it gently nudges and clears and allows it, to flow smoothly rather than like a stopping and a starting. But I think it's similar. I think it is similar. I think that just like a lot of the other healing modalities, there's no need to believe in it for it to work. You may not believe that somebody sticking needles in you is really going to help cure your headaches, but once you have it done and your headaches go away, you're like, wow.
Yeah.
So.
Interesting. Well, thank you very much for letting me interview you.
Oh, you're welcome.
And
I'll tell us what you needed.
yeah, that was definitely exactly what I needed. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Hopefully I'll see you guys soon, the whole fam-damly.
The whole fam-damly, yeah. Yeah, I guess